In one of the strangest turn of events yet, Merus has shown us that he's actually able to keep up with the Z Fighters. But before we jump into this video, everyone, make sure you guys smash that like button, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon to stay up to date with all the discussions we do here on the channel, as well as follow my second gaming channel and my Twitch channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and comment down below with your thoughts and opinions on what we're about to discuss here today. So, if you guys haven't read Manga Chapter 51, I'm going to spoil it a bit, so make sure you guys click off right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Merus was able to keep up with Goku, moving throughout the stages of Super Saiyan. If you guys haven't seen my previous videos, I've broken this down already, but he's done Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 3, and even moving forward to Super Saiyan God, almost destroying their ship, and Merus didn't flinch at all. Something that's very ominous about Merus is the fact that he's dodging without thinking, and this is why Goku has noticed this and has asked him to mentor him, so this way in the future Goku may be able to harness the power of Ultra Instinct at will. Vegeta also picked up on Merus' ominous abilities earlier on, and does this have any connection to him going to Yardrat has yet to be confirmed. Merus also was able to take on a second in that fight for himself against Moro on the planet of Namek, and he also came in pretty clutch in some of those moments as well. If you guys go back and look at some of the tactics he did, using some of, instead of his raw power, but his dodging and movement capabilities, some very genius tactics that we haven't seen being done in a while. This leads me to question what is going to be what Ultra Instinct caps out at in terms of power, because if it's just simply moving without your body being able to think and just moving on its own, is it going to have a power limit cap? No, I am not saying Merus has Ultra Instinct. That has yet to be confirmed, if anything, but at the time of this recording, what I'm talking about, his ability to move without thinking, is this how Ultra Instinct works in its fullest in terms of the power? Does Ultra Instinct have a future-proofing in terms of power to deal with anything? Because what Goku specifically said was that he believes Ultra Instinct is going to be what can take down Moro, and we know there's two beings right now that are confirmed to have that, is Beerus and Goku. Merus is a question mark, and Vegeta is still a question mark if he is able to obtain it later on. But with that being said, will they ever have to retcon Ultra Instinct to make it a bit weaker? He was landing hits on Jiren left and right, doing all these crazy things, but we've never gotten a true scale of where the power level is at. Usually that always comes up later on, especially with the retconning of Super Saiyan Red. Retconning is nothing different to the Dragon Ball series, it's nothing new, because we've seen this happen with the fusions, we've seen this happen with Super Saiyan Red during the Tournament of Power. We were all led to believe that Super Saiyan Blue was the end-all be-all in every way, shape, or form at some point in time in Dragon Ball Super, until in the Tournament of Power where they switched it up to get back Super Saiyan Red on the screen, and it's clever writing because I think a lot of us were fatigued with just seeing Super Saiyan Blue be the end-all be-all, but buffing Super Saiyan Red in terms of key consumption was a very, very genius thing to do compared to Super Saiyan Blue in terms of that factor. In terms of power, it's just really epic to see them be able to scale things like that at will. Sometimes the writing in Dragon Ball isn't always in strong suit, but I do like to see consistency a bit earlier on, even though in terms of power scaling it's never really that consistent, although people try to make it to be. But I like when things are set in stone and they give us specific rules as to where things lie and where is the landing point of this ability. Like, I like the fact that they finally told us that Vegeta was going to unfuse because of the fact that they weren't gods, and that's what happened in the Buu arc, because other than that, when you leave it in that gray area, it kind of takes away from the show, and it's just too much plot convenience, especially when we're already at a time where a lot of things are just lined up for just plot convenience rather than being straightforward and being a little bit more logical. That's what was so good about the Goku Black arc until the very end, where they kind of had things logical up until the very end, where a lot of people were disappointed with it being rushed, and that's where they did it again, where it was just, okay, we're just gonna give them a new form, throw everything in there at the very end, and just make it one big rushed kind of mess. I love the arc, don't get me wrong, but things like that takes away from the greatness of Dragon Ball. And now we have so many things in here that causes that plot convenience, such as Ultra Instinct in itself, where I would like to know where is the ending point for this ability, where is its weakness, and hopefully they bring this up with his training with Merus, because Merus unlocking this ability is going to be really cool to see Goku do that. However, is Vegeta doing the same thing with someone else on Yardrat? What exactly is he going there for if he's going to surpass Kakarot? He said he was going to do this himself somehow, some way, but is it going to be something connected to Merus and the Yardrats? Is there something about Merus that he predicted or saw within him that he might have been able to learn from the Yardrats? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I hope Merus, they explain more about his backstory, explain how he learned these techniques, and show us where he can actually land his abilities and where Goku's power will actually harm him, because I want to see Goku land a punch on him. We haven't seen exactly where he's going to land in terms of power. We've seen a big tease with the recent events being Super Saiyan God all the way up there. So the Galactic Patrol actually has a formidable warrior in him because of the ability of almost scaling up to gods and not even flinching. However, where does this end? Where is his landing point in terms of power? Is it Super Saiyan Blue? Is it Super Saiyan Blue Evolution? Is it Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken? Is it Ultra Instinct at its fullest? Is he able to compete with Ultra Instinct? Because if his movement is like that, imagine if he's actually able to outdodge Ultra Instinct. That's where that gray area lies, and a lot of that is really cool with Dragon Ball, but it comes to a point where you have to tell us where and when does this land and stop. And let me know if you guys agree with that. Do you guys believe that they should just keep it very vague, or should they just tell us, here's the starting point, here's the end point, here's the limits of this form, and how it can actually be written a bit more properly? Because they tend to do it later on, and I like it and I hate it at the same time. It's a double-edged sword. But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully Merus shows us where his backstory is from. Hopefully he tells us how he learned this, who taught him this, and if it's someone that we already knew. The good thing with what they've done with the writing thus far is that they've had Merus become Goku's mentor, so to speak. And usually when they do this, Goku being the star of the show since Dragon Ball, they're gonna have this character break down his backstory, add some more personality to him, because right now he's still very ominous. He's still a big question mark when you see him, and especially now with this bombshell news of him being able to do this, him interacting with Goku is going to give him a lot more screen time and to let him flesh himself out as a character. We've seen this with Whis, we've seen this with Beerus, we've seen this with Master Roshi, we've seen this with Kami, we've seen this with everybody, King Kai. Everyone that trains with Goku eventually ends up fleshing themselves out. So this is the perfect time to build up Merus as a character, tell us how he got this, and if Vegeta is clever enough to put things together, or if he's on a different tangent. Because there has to be some reason this late into the series Vegeta is going to planet Yardrat after all of these years, especially when after him fighting to become Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, even Super Saiyan God, you never went to planet Yardrat because you never saw it fit. I mean, if anything, the context of that actually fits in terms of him wanting to go Super Saiyan. If you guys think about it, where did Goku go before he got to planet Earth? It was the Yardrats. And if anything, they would have seen the form more than anyone at the time. If he didn't want to interact with anyone else and wanted to be kind of isolated out there in space, go to that planet then and there and go and learn the form. To me, that's what makes more sense in the continuity. But I like the fact that they're bringing back these old planets. I like the fact that they're expanding upon the universe. Hopefully everything is explained and fleshed out. Not saying that this arc hasn't been. They're actually doing quite a good job of that. I'm just hoping they keep it consistent with the writing. This way nothing ends up rushed like the ending of the Goku Black arc. Strong start, strong middle, but in my opinion, weak finish. And hopefully they keep this consistency throughout all of this, because when Dragon Ball Super returns, I just wanted to start with a bang. I just wanted to stay so strong that it just lasts for more years to come and we don't have to go through this drought of content, you know what I'm saying? Anyway guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching my video. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of Merus? Where do you guys think he got his abilities from, and what is he about? The main three characters that are very, very interesting in this arc right now are the Grand Supreme Kai, Merus now more than anyone, aside from Moro, and Moro himself being on the villain side. That's like how to keep him kind of separate, but obviously Moro is always up there, but Merus throwing this huge curveball is something that I really like, and hopefully we get more on where he's getting his abilities. That's my biggest question more than anything. Him being an ominous threat, what race is he linked to, if anything, if this is a race technique, and if if it's something that can be taught to other people that are probably of lower level of power, maybe even the other Saiyans, that would be pretty cool. I'm not sure if I want to see everybody jump into Ultra Instinct, but at least it'll be really cool to see how everyone gets buffed up and how the villains go from here, because if Goku can tap into Ultra Instinct at will, every villain after Moro, if Moro is defeated by Ultra Instinct, if anything, is going to have to take it to another level, and it have to use some sort of dynamic that we haven't seen thus far. That's why Moro is such a great villain thus far, is because he's introduced more magic into the equation. We haven't really seen this since Majin Buu, and there's been a few other people, like such as Babidi and other people that can use magic in the realm, but him being able to use this as a combatant, what other twists can they really use in the series to keep things fresh? Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon, turn on notifications. I'll be seeing you guys next time, alright? Take care. Peace.